Welcome back, friends. In this video we are going to discuss about while loop, break condition as well as in continue condition. So in the last video we have clear idea about how the working process of if condition can be done in the Python programming language as well as in for loop in the Python programming language. So those who want to have a clear idea about the while loop, you guys please go and watch if condition as well as in for loop condition. Then only you can have a clear idea about the while loop condition. So in this video we are going to discuss about while loop as well as a break statement as well as a continue statement. So guys, before going into the section, those who want to transform their career into data science, make sure that you watch this video till the end. Definitely it is going to help you. So coming back to the section, so this is the cell where I am going to write my code regarding the while loop. While loop, it is used to check the condition. First of all, the while loop, it is used to check the condition. Check the condition. Okay, so it works the same as an if condition. Whenever the condition is true, then only whatever the logic we have written inside the loop of the while condition, that will be executed. For example, if you want the algorithm, so see the writing process of an while loop. Here is the while keyword we are using, as well as in here where we write some condition for the while loop, as well as an see here where we write the print condition or some logic we are written inside the while loop. Whenever this particular condition is true, in such a kind of situation only it will enter inside the while loop and print the statement what we are passed, or execute the logic what we are passed inside the while loop. Okay, so for example I will write a logic. Suppose I want to print the values from 1 to 100. If I use for loop for I in range of 1 to 11, and if I want to print the values from 1 to 10, example, if I execute it, see it executes successfully with the help of for loop. But why we are writing 11 here? We know the range function works with the help of n-1 category. So to write same logic with the help of while loop, it will be very easy. Suppose I am taking an value a is equal to 1. Okay, I am writing a logic while a is less than 10, which means, and it is going to check the condition, and I am just printing the a value. Okay, and I am just increasing the value. See, we will see how the logic get worked. First of all, it will check what is the variable. The variable is a, and the variable a is holding the value 1. Okay, it goes to the while condition. So the keyword of while condition is while, and what is the a value here? A value is nothing but 1. A is equal to 1. Okay, so it will check the condition 1 is less than 10. Is condition true? When the condition true only, it will go inside the loop and it execute the logic what we have written. So it is condition is true, 1 is less than 10. As condition is true, it goes inside the loop and it will print the value a. What is the value of a? The value of a is 1. Okay, it will print the value, and here is the logic we are returning. What we are the logic? A plus is equal to 1, which means we are increasing the value of a. It can also written in another way, which means a is equal to a plus 1. Okay, both are similar, both are same. What this particular logic says? What is the a value here? A value is 1. Initially a value is 1, and we are passing into this particular logic. Okay, so a value is actually 1. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. The 2 will be stored in a variable known as an again a. So a is equal to 1 initially. When we are passing into a is equal to a plus 1, which means a is equal to 1 plus 1. So a is equal to, the a variable hold a value known as a is equal to 2. Now the a value will be 2. So here the a value will be true. So this a value again it go to the while loop. Okay, and it will again check the condition. Here initially the a value is 1, but in this logic we are incrementing the a value. So a value will be 2 now. So a2, 2 is less than 10, condition true, again it print the value. Okay, again it increment the value. What is the a value here now? 3. So again it goes to the while loop and it gets check the condition. If the condition is true, it again print the value of a. So again increment the value. So until and unless this particular logic get terminated, the loop will get repeated. Okay, so whenever the value is 11 here or 10, suppose if the a value is 10, okay, on repeating the increment, if the a value is 10, see here 10, if a value is 10, 10 is less than 10, condition fail, okay, it will print the values from 1 to 9 only. For example, if you execute this, see 1 is less than 10, 2 less than 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Until 9, the condition is getting true, though the while loop getting satisfied with the help of logic what we have written here. So when we are passing 10, due to the increment, the a value gets 10, 10 is less than 10, condition fail, so it get terminated. Suppose if we pass a is equal to 11, and if you execute this particular cell, see, suppose see 11 is less than 10, condition fail, so it will not get inside the loop. Suppose I am passing last value 1 only, and I am passing a is less than or equal to 10. See, 10 also get printed because we are passing less than or equal to operator also we are passing. So when the loop is get incremented, 10 is less than or equal to 10, is condition true, again it will print 10 value also. So this is how the while loop get worked. It works similar to the if condition, but in the if condition there is else block, but in the while loop there is no else block, and the loop get incremented repeatedly until and unless it gets satisfied with the logic what we have written. So this is how the while loop get worked. Suppose if, for example, if we consider this particular statement, if initially I variable holding the value 1 and 1 is less than 7, initially the I value 1 is less than 3, is condition true, it will print the whatever the statement we pass in print statement. Suppose I is 1 power 2, 1 into 1 square means the answer will be 1 only. 1 into 1, the answer will be 2, okay. And in this logic we are returning, we are just incrementing the I value, so I value will be 2. Initially it is 1, but it will increment the value, it is 2, so we are printing by condition. So again it will get repeated. So after incrementing the I value, initially the I value is 1, but now after incrementing the I value will be 2, so 2 is less than 3, is condition true, it will go into print condition, again it repeated the statement. What will be the I value now? Initially it is 1, so 1 into 1, see 1 square is equal, 1 square means initially 1 only. So after incrementing the I value, what is the value of I? Now 2 square means obviously 4, so 2 square, which means answer will be 4. So again it will increment the value, initial I value will be 1, but incremented by 1, which means true, and again it will incremented and I value will be 3, again it printed the by condition, so again it will get repeated the loop. So initial I value will be 1, in the first iteration I value incremented with the help of I value changed to 2, and now in this iteration I value will be 3, so it will again check the condition, 3 is less than 3, is condition fail, so this whatever the logic written inside the while loop, it will not get terminated. So the I value incremented with the help of 2 times 2 as well as in 3. So if you execute it, see, first of all initial value is taking 1, here we are writing the logic 1 is less than 3, is condition true, printing the logic 1 square, which means 1, and again incrementing the value, the I value will be 2, okay, and we are printing the by condition. So the incremented 2 value will again go to the while condition, and in the while condition it will check the logic 2 is less than 3, condition true, and it will pass it to the print condition, and in the print statement 2 square, which means 4, so 4 is printing here, it will again increment the value, so I value will be 3 now, okay, it print the condition whatever passed, and again it will go to the while condition, and it will check again 3 is less than 3, condition fail, so that's why it is not get repeating. So instead of giving I is less than 3, if you pass I less than or equal to 3, there will be another output will be printed here, again 9 as well as in by also will be printed here. If you execute it, see, because whenever the loop is repeating, the I value get incremented 1, 2 as well as in 3, but whenever it check the condition 3 is less than or equal to 3, initially in the last block we have discussed I is less than 3, which means 3 is less than 3, it is condition fail, but if we give equal to operator, 3 is less than or equal to 3, it is condition true, so it is going inside the loop and printing the logic whatever we given. So this is how the while loop get worked. It will check the condition, if the condition is true, it will go inside the condition and execute the logic what we were written. The loop will get repeated until and unless this particular logic get terminated. This is how the while loop get worked. So going back to another topic, which means break condition. So I am just keeping it as a markdown. And break condition. Suppose if I want to print the values from 1 to, I'm commenting it. Suppose I want to print the values from 1 to 10 and I want a logic, but whenever the value is 5, it should be execute, it should be break the condition. There is no again repeating of the loop. Okay, so we will see how we can write the condition. Suppose I am printing, first of all I am printing the values from 1 to 10 for I in 1 to 11. Okay, and I am just printing the condition. See, 1 to 10 values has been printed, but I just want to print the values from 1 to 5 only. I don't want the output 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but the loop should be repeated from 1 to 11. So how we will write in such a kind of situation? So for example, I can pass a statement here. With the help of break condition, it is possible. So I am printing the values. Okay, here I am writing if condition, if I is equal to 5, just I am breaking. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How it is possible? First of all, the I value, initially the I value is I is equal to 1. So printing the I value. So 1 is printed here. Okay, again it gets checking the logic if condition. If I is equal to 5, which means I value is 1. So I is equal to 5, no condition flop. Though in such a kind of situation, the if block will not be executed. It will not go inside the if block. So again the loop gets repeated. Again the I value will be 2 now. So 2, it will print the value 2. Okay, 2 will be printed here. So again check the condition, if condition, if 2 is equal to 5, no, 2 is not equal to 5. So if block get terminated, again it gets the repeated in the loop. So I value will be 3, it will print the value 3, and again check the if condition, 3 equal to 5, no, condition flop, again it go repeated the loop. So again the I value will be 4, so it will print the value 4. Okay, 4 will be printed here. It will again check the condition, if I is equal to 5, which means I value will be 4 here. In fourth iteration the I value will be 4, 4 equal to 5, condition fail, the if block will be not be executed. In another iteration the I value will be 5, so it print the value of 5. Okay, I value printed here. So it again checking the if condition. So if I is equal to 5, is condition true, what is the I value here? Initial I value is 1, but after repeating 5 iterations the I value is 5. I is equal to 5, which means 5 equal to 5, is condition true, it will go, if condition is true, so it will go inside the loop, and we are breaking the condition. So if we write break condition, there will be no executing of another loop, there will be no increment of the loop. So see, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values only printed, because we are passing 5. Suppose you pass 7, see 7 values has been printed. So this is how the break condition get worked. Suppose I want to print the values from 1 to 100 and I want to skip the value 75. Suppose I in range of 1 to 101, I am just printing the values. Okay, if I is equal to 75, if I is equal to 75, just I am breaking the condition. See, from 1 to 100 get printed, sorry, from 1 to 75 get printed, because we are whenever it is 75 we are just breaking the condition. Here also whenever there the value is 7, we are just breaking the condition. So it will just pass from 1 to 75 only, but we are writing the for loop from 1 to 100 itself, but we are just passing a break condition. Whenever we write the break condition, automatically at that particular point, at that particular value, it will get terminated. So this is how break condition works. So next we will see continue condition. This is also most important. I'm just marking down it. So continue also works in the similar way. For example, I want to print the values from 1 to 10, but I want to skip an element, which means I want to skip the element 5. Okay, I want the final output will be 1 2 3 4 and 5 should not be printed, 6 7 8 9 as well as in 10. So how we will write the logic? So with the help of continue operator, continue condition, we can easily write. For example, I am repeating the loop for I in range of 1 to 11. Okay, I'm just printing the value. So instead of printing here, we just write the logic. If I is equal to 5, just I am passing continue keyword continue and then just printing. So instead of printing parallelly, we can also print in sequence with the help of end keyword. See, 1 2 3 4 has been printed successfully, but the value what we have passed in the if statement, if I is equal to 5, whenever the I value will be 5, we are just passing a continuous statement here. See, 5 value gets skipped. Instead of giving 5, if we pass 6, see, 6 value gets skipped. So this is the working process of continue. Whenever we pass a continuous statement in a for loop, that particular keyword has been skipped. Okay, break condition is used to break the loop, and continue it is used to just skip the particular keyword or particular value what we are given in the if condition. Okay, so this is the for loop. We have a good idea. So this is another example for continue. Okay, for I in range of 10, initially the I value will be 0 because we are not passing any first parameter here. In the last section we have discussed how the for loop get worked. Okay, for I in range of 0 to 10, it will check the condition. If I is greater than 4, which means I value is 0, initially I value will be 0. So 0 is greater than 4, condition true. Sorry, condition fail, because 0 is not greater than 4. In such a kind of situation, if block will be not be executed, it goes to the else block. It will check the condition what we have written in the else block. What is the condition in the else block? The I value will be 0. So 0 is less than 7. Is condition true? Print the I value. What is the I value here? 0. So it will print 0. Sorry, I am just passing my parenthesis. Okay, again in the second iteration the I value will be 1. Okay, so it again check the condition I, which means the I value will be 1. 1 is greater than 4, condition fail. Again it goes to the else block. So 1 is less than 7, as condition true, it print the value. So it again, the loop will be repeated and it will check the condition. Whenever the value gets satisfied in the if condition, it will print the statement what we passed in the print statement, as well as in we just pass a continuous statement. So we will see 0 1 2 3 4 has been executed because 0 1 2 3 4 are not greater than the value 4 we were written in the if condition. So it executed with the help of else block. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4. So whenever the loop will be 5, whenever the value will be 5, see, if 5 is greater than 4 is condition true, it will print the end statement, and we are just passing the continue. So in the last cell we have discussed, whenever we pass the continue, at that particular keyword gets skipped. But here we are writing the logic, we are passing continue, which means here already the statement has been executed successfully and the statement also gets satisfied. So if the statement gets satisfied, there is no though repeating of the loop, there is no need of repeating of the loop. But when we pass this particular keyword, automatically the loop will get repeated again and again and again until and unless we just terminated this particular if condition. Okay, suppose if you pass 5, so 5 is greater than 0, it will print the condition in the print statement, and again we will continue. What is the next value? Next value will be 6. So 6 is greater than 4 is condition true, it will print the statement what we have passed, and again we are passing continue. Continue means again it will be get continued. Okay, 7 is greater than 4, condition true, it will print the statement and again continue, which means now 8. So until and unless the for loop get terminated, this if condition will be executed continuously because we are passing the continuous statement. So the continuous statement is used to execute the statement until and unless for loop get terminated. It is the one of the working process of continue, as well as in the continue it is used to skip the element between the range. So this is how continue get worked, and break is used to break the statement at particular position where we need it. And while loop, it is used to check the condition. Whenever the condition is true, then only the logic will be executed successfully. So this is how the while loop as well as in break condition as well as in continue condition get worked. So I think you have a clear idea in this section. So in the next section, we have a clear idea about the list building data structure. So until then, take care. We'll meet in the next section. So those who like this particular video, keep subscribe to my channel and hit me a like button. So thank you. We'll see you in the next section. Thank you.